So we're gonna have a hand. I'm gonna try to get through as many hands as I can without pausing the video too much. I know I've already paused it twice, but I'll try to get through it. Table 2 is a little loose, but we're getting really good pot odds. And on table 1, flop point check check, I called pre, and this guy is unknown. You can lead, you can check raise, you can do all kinds of things here. I think leading's probably good as a standard because it's just unknown. I'm not sure if he's gonna bet or not, and he might not give us credit anyway. And table 3 is kind of showing like one of the things you really need to pay attention in Zoom. You really need to be able to use your stats. So I'm thinking about making like a loose peel here. I'm definitely not 3-betting. If we were deep, we could 3-bet. This to be really loose and probably marginally bad. But I'm looking at the blinds, and I think the blinds might be halfway squeeze heavy. I think King of the Sea would recognize that. I'd be peeling kind of wide here. So I really don't want to like play a huge pot with a really weak hand like this. So, but if the blind's a little bit tighter, I could consider it, but maybe not with a hand this weak. But with a marginal kind of hand, that's what I'd be thinking about. I do peel anyway. I'm probably have to fold to a c-bet. So I do lead on table 1. And we get snap check raise. He checked back the flop, and I don't think people are checking strong. At least they shouldn't be in Zoom versus unknowns. So I would think maybe he has a 10. Maybe he's fooling around. I could call, but he did it so fast that it seemed like he had like a 10. So I think I'm gonna 3-bet for value, and I'm gonna make it look as bluffy as I can. Just make it like a little a min raise, which is what I usually do. Table 4, I went for a check raise with the 8 blocker. Nishan is not having any of it. Either he has a 7 or he's making a rebluff. Strong play on his end. I can't really do too much at this point. I could put it in a 4-bet. I think peeling to bluff is definitely loose, but I don't think it would work as well because there's so many hands you could get on the turn and river. And if he check back the turn and he hits a hand on the river, he could just like call my bet. And I think usually if I was gonna 4-bet here, I like to do it with I guess you could do it sometimes with the 8 blocker. Probably usually the pocket 8s and like good 7s and some semi-draw stuff that wouldn't want to like peel and call the turn again with. But yeah, and I couldn't really just call the flop because my hand's weak and he has control over the hand on turn and river. Jumping around a lot here. Back to table 1. I think that's the next action. I think I'm going to fold on table 4. Made a tight fold on table 2. I think it's okay. Listen to some music. And I did make it small on table 1. He calls really fast, and it kind of sucks to have enough flush draw blocker here, but Queen Jack got there, and if he has 10-9s, he paid me off. I think I went for pot. I think I should go a little bit smaller just because his range is sort of capped, and it's just not as likely he'll have like a hand that's going to pay me off like flushes with flushes here. He's looking kind of he won't feel as good with his hand. So I think I can go something more like 28, 30 in that range, more like half pot instead of full pot, which I think is what I did. Some people squeeze this here on table 3. These are kind of weak aces, and you're going to play a big pot out of position with versus players who are in position versus you, so they can make good decisions, and we don't flop very much. So if we 3-bet pre, we get a lot of flops like this where it's like, if we're going to get it in, we're going to get it in bad.